Strickland is gonna win that one.
Strickland is gonna win?
Yeah. Why are you laughing? You wanna bet?
Yeah.
How much? $1 million.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at he's so weird.
Hey, you got it, bro. You gotta go full send.
So
I bet it.
I'm trying to get from him 1 million.
Whoa!
Oh, hey, I'm a hair singer. You'll be making more money than me.
Okay, 50K. Okay.
You guys are way.
I hope you're not. I hope you're not gonna feel good that day.
Sean gonna win.
50,000.
Sean's gonna win.
Listen, fucker. I know I'm gonna win.
Yes.
Hey, listen, dog. I beat this in training. I'll do it in a fight.
All right, wait. Don't call.
Oh my! I forgot you did beat him in training.
Yeah.
Guys, Strickland versus Chimaev is not going to be a competitive fight. This is going to be decided in the first round. Now, let me tell you why. I'm not suggesting for you that the fight ends in the first round. What I'm telling you is whoever wins that round is going to win all the rest of the rounds the exact same way.
Arman Tsarukyan has shown full confidence in Khamzat Chimaev as he placed a $1 million bet on him to beat Sean Strickland. When Adin Ross backed Strickland, Arman laughed it off and doubled down, making it clear he sees this fight going only one way.
Strickland is gonna win that one.
Strickland is gonna win?
Yeah. Why are you laughing? You wanna bet?
Yeah.
How much? $1 million.
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at he's so weird. Look at him.
He knows himself.
Okay, I know your budget. 50,000. 50,000.
Brother, we know who's winning that fight.
Strickland.
Come on, bro.
I'll call Sean right now.
And what else? I can call Hamza and
Oh fuck, Neon.
Wait, yeah, you call Sean.
That would be a great
And then get him on the
promotion.
phone
No,
together.
no.
Neon.
Get them on the
Brother.
phone together at the same time.
Give me your hand like a man.
I dare you to get them on the phone.
50,000.
All right, since George said it.
Adin Ross raised the stakes by calling Sean Strickland live and revealing a $50K bet with Arman Tsarukyan on the Chimaev fight. Strickland fired back with full confidence, claiming he's already handled Khamzat in training and expects to do it again when it matters.
Sean, listen, I'm on stream. My chat won't even call you. I'm gonna.
Of course you're on stream, dog. You're always on stream, dude.
Sean, I'm gonna bet $50,000.
Fuck on stream. Do shit on stream, dog. You're always on stream.
I do everything on stream. Sean, I know you're gonna beat Khamzat. I'm putting 50K on you with Arman right now.
Oh, that's hey. You know, man, it's your money, dog. Go full send.
Full send.
He doesn't sound
Okay.
confident.
Here's the thing, bro. You ain't gonna miss 50K, dog. You know, you'll be all good. We'll make
He's
that.
gonna
Wait,
win?
you not think you're gonna win?
No, bro.
You're gonna win.
Listen. I know I'm gonna win. Hey,
Yes.
listen, dog. I beat this in training. I'll do it in a fight.
All right, wait. Don't call.
Oh my! I forgot you did beat him in training.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you about this one.
I'm a witness.
Bro. We got this shit handled.
Sean, I love you, bro. I'm
It's
gonna
a solid
handshake. Okay, we bet it.
solid.
Arman Tsarukyan even spoke directly to Sean Strickland, making his stance crystal clear. He joked about trying to take $1 million off the bet and told Strickland he hopes he doesn't show up at his best, doubling down on his confidence in Khamzat Chimaev.
Sean,
Are you
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I'm here.
Oh, let's go, bro. Hey,
Sean.
after me
Sean.
and the boy fight, bro, we
Sean.
gotta do some.
Listen, if you believe on somebody, if you're friends on somebody, you gotta like go on all his all money you have. You gotta put on your guy, even if he's weak, right?
Hey, you got it, bro. You gotta go full send.
So
I bet it.
I'm trying to get from him 1 million.
whoa!
Oh, hey, I'm a hair singer. You'll be making more money than me.
Okay, 50K. Okay.
You guys are way.
I hope you're not. I hope you're not gonna feel good that day.
Sean gonna win.
50,000.
Sean's gonna win.
Okay, take care.
Hey, dude, hey, yo, Arman, congrats on that wrestling.
Thank
match,
you so
bro. You're
much.
good,
Thank you
good
so
shit.
much.
See, you guys would be good friends.
Oh,
I love that.
oh,
I
let's
love
go
For
for
that.
dinner
Good.
one day.
However, Sean Strickland appeared frustrated after Adin Ross called him live on stream.
Adin, listen, I'm trying to have a nice Saturday. I'm trying to rent a tractor. You're always calling me with guy, dude. You're on stream too much, dude. You gotta get off that. It's bad for the soul.
Meanwhile, Arman is also with Khamzat to help him in his training camp. They also had a friendly grappling camp during the training camp.
time.
Khamzat is busy in the camp, refining his striking and head movement, staying unpredictable while making every shot count to set up the next. Sharing his thoughts on the matchup, Luke Rockhold believes Khamzat Chimaev has the edge everywhere as long as he stays composed. He points out that Chimaev shouldn't force control or cling to positions, but instead mix in takedowns, do damage, and reset. According to Rockhold, staying relaxed and using his full skill set is the key to beating Sean Strickland.
I think Khamzat needs to relax and to fight a full fight. You got to flow. You got to get takedowns, but not hold on to takedowns. You got to throw hands. Get a takedown, throw hands, and not hold tight. You just got to relax. He's got the hands. He's got to be able to change levels. You can't just glue to Sean Strickland. You can get your takedowns, you do your damage, and then you reassess the fight. You can't commit to holding that guy down. He's very hard to hold down. So Khamzat relaxes, he wins this fight everywhere.
Meanwhile, Jon Anik believes the key for Sean Strickland isn't overcomplicating things, but staying true to his natural style. He points to Strickland's experience across tough fights and high-pressure moments as a major advantage, adding that his familiarity with Khamzat Chimaev and battle-tested mindset
take out the body a little bit early. What do you think is the key here for Sean to have a real shot up outside of just stopping the takedown?
Well, the key is maybe not a lot of those things, to not really overthink what he's going to do during fight week. Just be who you are, which certainly is going to be promotionally probably at his best and ripping from all chords. I think he has a really good chance just because of all the experience that he's accrued in all sorts of different situations, winning the belt, putting it on the line a few months thereafter, stepping up for the UFC in a number of different occasions and fights people don't talk about against Abus Magomedov and Nassourdini Mavov. None of these guys are easy to beat. So I think that Sean draws a lot of strength from that experience, certainly his familiarity with Chimaev. These are all encouraging signs.
Jon Anik notes that while Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev have faced each other in training, they haven't clashed in the octagon yet, making this fight unpredictable. He expects Khamzat to bring his full pressure, creating a tough challenge for Strickland, but highlights Strickland's cardio and size as key factors. Anik calls it the biggest fight on his near-term radar.
Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev have felt each other. They have not felt each other in an octagon at the Rock in Newark, New Jersey. So I think it does stand to reason that Khamzat could be at his suffocating best and really make things the opposite of a picnic for Sean. But man, I can't wait to see it. I mean, it's the biggest fight on my immediate horizon for sure. It's coming up quickly.
Dude, I love how it's happening in New York, New Jersey. And also, Strickland has that cardio as well, right? He's a big dude. So many interesting things about this fight.
Former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen expects a fast-paced fight, potentially ending in the first round. He points out that Khamzat Chimaev has a pattern of shooting early and overwhelming opponents, but questions whether that approach will work against Sean Strickland, who has proven difficult to take down. Sonnen suggests the fight could hinge on whether Khamzat's usual game plan succeeds right away or forces him into unfamiliar territory.
It is very difficult for me to imagine Chimaev can't go out and tackle somebody. Why? Well, because every Chimaev fight I've seen, he has gone out and tackled somebody quickly, repeatedly. But it's very hard for me to imagine that he's going to just throw Sean Strickland down. Nobody else has. Kamaru Usman didn't. Just for example of great wrestlers. I have seen Sean in the practice room. Just for example, in practice room stories are very, very relevant. Like you'll see a different side of a guy in a practice room. When a guy goes into a fight, he's going to go with plan A. And he will never go to plan B ever unless plan A doesn't work.
Chael Sonnen highlights the clash of styles, pointing out he's never seen anyone hold Sean Strickland's down for a full round, while Khamzat Chimaev has consistently taken opponents down and controlled them. He frames it as a classic test of whether Khamzat's go-to strategy will work, adding that the answer will likely come within the first round.
I've never in the practice room seen somebody go throw Sean Strickland down and keep him there. Ever. Not for one single round, not ever. I've seen him taken down. I've seen him start on bottom. I have never seen him taken down and kept there. Adversely, I've never seen Chimaev not take somebody down and keep them there. I mean, do you see where this is interesting? Like, it's a very classic battle. And it's not the classic battle of striker versus grappler, but it is the classic battle of, can Chimaev, whose plan A is to take you down, work? And if it doesn't, can we necessarily count him out? No. We don't actually know that, but we will know in the very first round.
Breaking it down further, Chael Sonnen notes Khamzat Chimaev's aura won't affect Sean Strickland since they've trained together. He gives Strickland the edge in striking, while highlighting Khamzat's relentless pace.
Chimaev also wears a mask. Chimaev has an aura around him. Everybody that speaks of him speaks the same way that I do, which is very highly. Very good reputation, very good work ethic, very good leader in the gym. But he doesn't wear that mask with Sean because Sean used to train with him. I'm just sharing with you, like, whoever wins that first round, I don't know that it's as simple as can Sean stop the takedown. I think that Sean is a better kickboxer. I think that he's a meaningfully better kickboxer. I watched Sean for 25 minutes out kickbox Israel Adesanya, who is a decorated, pure kickboxer. But we don't actually know. What can Chimaev do on his feet? There was also a stigma going around about Chimaev that he would get tired. That he would get tired and fade. But that stigma wasn't true. What we learned is Chimaev leaves everything out there. He's tired at the end of every fight.
On the other hand, Din Thomas believes Sean Strickland has a real chance against Khamzat Chimaev. While most expected Chimaev to dominate, Thomas was impressed with Strickland's wrestling, takedown defense, body shots, awkward style, and cardio, especially after watching his performance against Fluffy up close.
Sean Strickland Khamzat fight, who do you think is going to win that one? Because obviously a lot of people are picking Khamzat. He's just so dominant, but out of all the options, Sean does have great wrestling takedown defense, and also he's got great shots to the body, and he's very awkward to fight. Good cardio too.
Yeah, I think honestly, you know, if you were to ask me before the Fluffy fight,
yeah,
I would have said there's no way. I think Sean's great, but you know, he's just going to be another victim for Khamzat. But after watching him fight Fluffy up close and personal, again, cage side, man, I think Sean could pull this off, man. I'm actually thinking if that Sean Strickland shows up, I think he pulls this off, man.
Din Thomas broke down Sean Strickland's path to victory over Khamzat Chimaev. He expects Strickland to take a few shots if Strickland uses his jab and leg kicks while relying on his natural defensive skills.
I think he defends a couple shots. He will get taken down, but I think he gets back to his feet. And then if he can get his jab going, his jab and those teep kicks going, because what Sean does well naturally is already a good defense towards a guy like Khamzat. And it's not like he's got to do anything different. Just what he does good naturally is already a good start for beating a guy like Khamzat. So him adding on to that, I think, man, if the guy who fought Fluffy shows up, he beats Khamzat.
Meanwhile, TJ Dillashaw and Demetrius Johnson analyzed Sean Strickland's path to victory over Khamzat Chimaev, highlighting the crucial strategies and tactical keys he must execute to prevail inside the cage.
As long as Khamzat doesn't allow Strickland to go like this and walk him down, then Khamzat beats him. Yeah. But if Strickland walks on Khamzat and able to push him and get him tired, get him to slow down, then you can see Strickland start to get that jab off. Khamzat gets in trouble. He shoots. Strickland sprawls, big body on top of him. But that's something that Strickland has done to many people, where I didn't think Strickland was going to beat some of the people out there, right?
Yeah, that's true. I just think Khamzat's too strong.
Yeah, 100%.
He's too strong, and now he's got the cardio to go along with it. As long as he plays his game and he sets these takedowns up, he can't just shoot blind shot. Like, I don't want to shoot out from here, which he's done it and got away with it because he's so strong. He's very strong. He can shoot a shot from here and still get it. But I want him to get Strickland to start moving his hands and parrying and then shoot my shot. So throwing combos first, getting a shot, keeping the pressure on him instead of vice versa, countering that jab, really working that body.
Sean Strickland's coach, Eric Nixick, explained their approach to countering Khamzat's grappling. He emphasized starting from the feet and controlling frames before underhooks develop, preventing Khamzat from gaining attachments. On the ground, they study Khamzat's favored route.
Like, how do you prepare for someone like Khamzat potentially covering you guys for a whole round like that?
Yeah, it's a great question, bro. I really think you have to break it down systematically. You have to do things from the feet. You have to do things in a certain way to try to negate the fit in, and not to get too much in the game plan, but just you can't dig for underhooks immediately. You have to work off of frames. If you get an underhook, that a lot of times what happens is there's going to be an over under, so that means you're attached. Right? So how do you break attachments? And then on the ground, what routes does Khamzat favor on the grounds? What are some of our counters to that? So, we definitely got our work cut out for us, but I think if you just focus on the ground element alone, somehow, some way, you almost subliminally put your fighter there, and that's the expectations of that fight. We really have to be able to work things in how do we keep it on the feet? How do we slow the takedown down? How do we break the clinch? All these things, very systematic from start to finish, and not just expect, okay, we're going to start in referees, or we're going to start with him on your back, or we're going to do this, because that means you already got there. So there's a whole other element that we have to make sure that we're covering our bases on to try to nullify that before we even get there.
Joe Pyfer sided with Sean Strickland, pointing to the real tension between the fighters. While recognizing Khamzat's elite wrestling and dominant presence, Pyfer believes Strickland has the skills to survive the early storm and predicts he can win if he avoids a first-round finish.
I'm excited to see it. I think these guys got true beef. I think Sean Strickland's a good fighter. I think Khamzat's an excellent wrestler and a good fighter. He's got aura about him. He's fun to watch. And yeah, I think I'm really excited for that. I do have Sean Strickland in my heart winning. So I don't know if he'll win because, Khamzat's a different level of wrestling. But I think Sean can kind of survive the storm if he doesn't get submitted in the first round. Obviously, I think he can win that fight. So I think he's got better wrestling than DDP does. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really good fight, man. They're two of the best for a reason. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it's good.
Pyfer outlined his strategy for beating Khamzat Chimaev, noting that Chimaev's early game revolves around landing an initial takedown to control his opponent. Pyfer recommended that for the first 10 minutes, a fighter should stay active in the center of the octagon.
Marquez and you were head coach building a game plan for someone to beat Khamzat, such a dominant champion. What would somebody need to put in place in order to get the victory?
I think you have to obviously do your due diligence on your wrestling, and understand that the only thing he's going to throw in the beginning is to set up that initial takedown. He wants to wrestle early so he can fatigue you, and if you're super disciplined, I would say probably for like the first 10 minutes of that fight where you're just ready for the shot and you're just throwing everything up the middle and changing levels with him, where you're staying low and you're staying grounded so he doesn't get a chance to get under you. I think that you have a very, very, very good chance of winning. But it's not, that's just from what we've seen. I think if you're able to stop the takedown, you have a very fair chance of beating Khamzat.
However, Colby Covington forecasted a straightforward win for Khamzat Chimaev, noting that Strickland might be approaching the end of his career and chasing a final payday. He expects Chimaev's wrestling to control the fight and earn him a relatively comfortable victory.
Does he beat Sean Strickland?
I think he beats Sean, yeah. I think that Sean's at the end of his career, looking for one last paycheck. So I think he takes him down and makes it look pretty easy.
Aljamain Sterling analyzed the matchup, favoring Khamzat Chimaev due to his improving skills and thorough preparation. He acknowledged Strickland's relentless approach and confidence, pointing out that if Khamzat loses momentum, Strickland could capitalize. While Chimaev's 5-round stamina gives him an edge, Sterling emphasized the fight remains unpredictable, leaving room for a possible Strickland upset.
I would imagine the favorite coming into this would be Khamzat, by obvious reasons, but I know these guys train with each other a bunch, and Strickland was very vocal in trying to get this fight, and it leads me to believe that there's something there that he feels he can kind of take advantage of.
Yeah.
But I would imagine the Khamzat that wasn't training the way he's training now, with the new coaches that he has and all that, where he kind of gasses out a little bit, that would be a more favorable matchup for Strickland. But now, like, even in the matchup with DDP, he was able to show that he can go 5 rounds. So that's a tough one for me. It's really a toss-up. If I had a bet, I would go with the favorite, but I wouldn't be surprised if Strickland was able to surprise us. Yeah. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that, and I'm looking forward to the fight.
Israel Adesanya also commented on Chimaev versus Strickland, calling Chimaev unstoppable early due to his constant pressure. He added that Strickland's best shot is to survive the opening onslaught and stay off the mat, but matching Chimaev's relentless pace would be a huge challenge.
And of course, we have a title fight coming up with Chimaev making that first title defense against Sean Strickland in Newark. You've shared the cage with Strickland before. How big of a dog is he in this fight in your eyes? Can he upset the apple cart?
I think he can if it goes to the later rounds and he doesn't get taken down. But again, Chimaev is a bat out of hell. He's a guy that comes aggressively straight away, and Strickland can match that probably, but we'll see. And they've trained together, so this is probably something that happened in the gym that we are not privy to. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But I look forward to watching it and reacting to it on YouTube.
That's a wrap. Everything's set for a high-stakes, non-stop action showdown that fans won't want to miss. Who comes out on top? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for all the latest updates and insider analysis.